What's up, guys? Brittany here. I just wanted to talk about politics and what politics really mean for young people. And by young people, I mean if you're between the ages of 18 to 35, even 18 to 40. I was really thinking today, when did politics become so uncool for young people to be a part of? And we have a lot going on in the country right now, not just in my state of California, but just across the country and in the world. And I don't see a lot of younger people standing up and talking about a lot of the issues that are going on. And what I mean by that is it's not just what we have going on here with, forced medical procedures and, children being segregated in schools and all the stuff that's happening with the SB 277 bill. But it's also about, GMO labeling, and it's about corruption in our government and in our media, and it's about voting. Like, do you remember years ago when they did Rock the Vote and they tried to put it on MTV and make it cool so that kids would go out and vote? Because 18 to 30-year-olds is the demographic that doesn't vote. And I was thinking about it today, like, when did it become not cool to have a voice in your country? And when did it become uncool to be political? So being political is something that's always been important to me. I was so excited to vote when I turned 18. I studied politics in college, and so for me it was kind of a natural progression to kind of do what I'm doing now in a lot of ways, and speak out against the things that I think are atrocious in our society and in our government and world. But I want to know what young people think. And if we don't change it, and those of us that are parents, if we don't change it now for our children, if we're not the change, if we're not the voice in our society to stop what's going on in the world in terms of the injustices, then where are we going to be in 40, 50, 60, 100 years? I mean, I don't see us going past the point that we're at if we continue on the level that we're continuing. So my question today for you guys that are listening, and maybe you're in that age group or you know people in that age group, or maybe you're older than that, but you've lost hope in politics or you've lost interest in politics. And I want you to think about this. The media is really, really good about making us have tunnel vision. Okay, all of us are focused on Bruce Jenner right now and what's happening with that. I'm not following the story, but you see what's trending and what's tweeting and what's on this reality show and what's on that reality show. You guys, it's a distraction. It's a very specifically designed distraction so that you don't really see what's going on over here. So you don't really understand, why aren't they labeling GMOs? Even though 93% of America wants to know what's in their food, nobody's really standing up against it. I mean, there are groups of us that are, but if the vast majority of people just started to be aware and just started to vote and go, well, who's in office here? Who's in office there? Who got voted in last time? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to email them. I'm going to go and stand in front of their office and talk about what's important to me. Whatever that looks like for you. I feel like if people understood the magnitude of what we're losing in this country, this beautiful, brilliant, amazing country that we have the privilege to live in, yet it's also so corrupt and dark and misled. And I know that there's so many beautiful American citizens out there that could be the change that we need to see. So what I'm hoping by talking about a lot of this and bringing a lot of this up into the light is that our light, our true light, our true being will start to outshine the darkness. And I'm not talking about like a utopia, everything's perfect type of mentality, but like a realist perspective of if we all start to speak up and we all start to demand answers and we all start to use our voices and use our votes and use our political power that we have the right to use in this country. I mean, there was a time when women weren't allowed to vote. So if you're a chick and you're watching this, like, we have that right, but we're not doing it because it's not cool, right? It's not cool. It's not sexy. It's not desirable to do it. It just seems very convoluted and confusing for a lot of people. So they don't understand how it all works. And what I want to encourage you today is figure out how it works. Figure out how it works and how you fit into that puzzle. So what is it that you're passionate about? Maybe you're passionate about fracking and that they're doing that. And maybe you're passionate about the fact that our water has fluoride in it, and fluoride is very toxic to humans. So maybe that's an area for you to look at. Or maybe you really care about what's in our food and you want to talk about GMOs, or maybe you care about the vaccine debate, or maybe you care about education or the environment or the animals or whatever it is. I want to encourage you to start to use that voice and not be afraid to speak out and not be afraid to be different, and to make politics cool again. Make politics cool again. You know what's cool about politics? When the people get involved. You know what's amazing about democracy? When the people choose their government and the government has to listen to what the people want. And that is not at all what we have right now, you guys. We have a totalitarian regime. I mean, literally, like, it's disguised as a democracy, but it is not a democracy. And the only way that it's going to change is if we change, if we become that person that stands up and says, this isn't right, or I want to know more about this, or I want to know why my electricity is going on and off right now. But you get my point. The power is in us, right? It starts in our heart and our soul. It's in our core of who we are as human beings. So I encourage you to find that voice. If you've been hearing it for a long time and you haven't tuned into it, and maybe this video will spark something in you that you're like, yeah, you know what, I'm really passionate about X, Y, or Z, or I really want to look into this, or I really want to understand what I can do to make my country, the country that I live in, a better place, not just for me, but for future generations to come. So ask yourself that question, and I hope you kind of delve into that and look at that a little more closely, because it's something that I'm always asking myself is, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can we do collectively and individually to make this a better world? So it starts with us, guys. We have the power. We do. We really have the power, and we can make a change. We can make whatever change we want to make in this world. So it's late. I need to go to bed, but I encourage you to use your voice, use your political power, make politics cool again, make it a democracy, and together we can really make those things a reality. So be healthy, be happy, be free. God bless.